Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of No More Kids in Scientology. And in today's episode, you guys, we wanted to bring up a video that was uploaded by Growing Up in Scientology. A lot of you were in his chat commenting about this video, and we wanted to really present it here so that everybody gets to see a Scientology parent in action. So in their own words, let's really react to this mother Scientologist that is going to be pitching what in the hell she's going to be pitch.
Do you feel like your child is avoiding responsibilities? Well, you have to ask yourself this question. Did you give them enough responsibilities to begin with? Responsibilities start early. You can have a 2-year-old helping you sweep, a 3-year-old helping you do the dishes. You can have a 4 and 5-year-old doing laundry, 6-year-old cooking dinner.
So again, you guys, in the words of this woman, a current Scientology mother who has seen nothing wrong with going on social media and blabbing her mouth about how there should be nothing wrong with you giving responsibilities to kids. And just before everybody goes, oh yes, you know, but kids can pick a broom, we're not talking about a child having the ability to pick up a broom and do that as an activity. It's called the Scientology parent imposes on a child, regardless of their developmental rate. They disassociate their children from being children because they tell them that their body is nothing but an aberrated way for them to exist in the physical universe, and the physical universe sucks anyways, and why do you even give an F about having a body? With that type of straight face, with that type of completely diabolical pitch that these Scientology parents with a straight face tell their underage kids who are not equipped to repudiate their stupidity, who are not equipped to tell their parents to go F off because they couldn't be more degenerate as they're pitching their child as an adult. So this is exhibit A of this Scientology mother pitching, you know, that adults and children are just, you know, the same thing.
You have so many benchmarks that you can make at a much younger age than people even realize. Giving your kids something challenging to do.
And it's very important that you guys listen to the pitch. All pitched with, oh, the benchmarks. Oh, I'm doing you a favor. Oh, that is the gaslighting pitch of the Scientology parents. I'm abusing you, but I'm doing you a favor. So why are you suppressed? And this is why women such as this one blabbing her mouth is why, quite frankly, code red alert is being sounded. Because so far, there's been no code red alert. So far, Florida is running around pretending that mothers such as this one can take their willingness to give responsibility to children to an extreme degree. Because yet again, the more thing that these people praise is, oh, look at this child acting as an adult. So in what world is a child being brought up like that from these people, and people are still clueless and not really understanding what the big problem of what is going on in these hotels is? In what world? This is video evidence, a Scientology parent literally telling the world This was posted in her social media before she went private real quick after it flapped with her Scientology handlers that this out PR video was put on social media for everyone to see what she can blab to her Scientology only followers. Okay, so if she blabs this message to her 1,000+ followers that are all Scientology parents, guess what? She's going to be applauded for saying this. Guess what? Scientology parents are going to be like, oh yeah, I really have to remember every time I want to treat my child as a child that I should really be treating him as an adult and load him up with responsibilities, because that's what really makes sense. Convicted L1 Hubbard said that, and so is this Sunny Jensen crate over here.
At a younger age sets them up for wins as they get older.
Imagine this point, you guys. And again, this is why these gaslighting, narcissistic, disgusting parents who with a straight face, with no shame whatsoever to be detected, falsely pitch that abusing a child is going to set him up to win. Oh, I'm doing it real rough here, real tough. But you have no idea what type of favor we're doing to you here inside of the Scientology hotel. You have no idea. You could never repay us. Is how these Scientology parents pitch their abuse to their children. Is how the Scientology parents pitch their abuse to their children before they dump them in a hotel to be abused in the ways that we were already had been groomed by our parents to accept as if it was, all so normal. Aren't we so lucky? Is the pitch of the Scientology parents ad nauseum. Aren't you so lucky to have chosen to be born inside your body that put you inside a Scientology family?
Now, don't expect it to be perfect. Don't expect it to be, a job well done. You're going to have a lot of work to do while they're.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Here's where she's complete BSing. Oh, don't expect it to be perfect. Don't expect it to say, what exactly is the word she used? A job well done. So here it is, this fake mother pitching and really telling on how Scientology mothers work. This is an over product. You didn't do the job. Why did you not do the job? Exactly what we told you. Did you have a misunderstood word? Did you not understand the instruction? Did you not define the definitions you needed to define before you read that document at 8 years old? You need to get a job well done. You need to get a very well done. You always have to be working for grades. From the Scientology parents, from all the Scientology executives, let's really grade your performance. No child is allowed to do some sloppy thing. They call that an over product. And yes, these parents take it to the extreme. That's why we're calling them out as the child abusers, minus zero scruples, sycophants of a convicted felon, that they're showing you all with a straight face here. This is not ancient history. This is something this woman posted 6 weeks ago. So for all of you who want to go, oh, well, why would anyone be so pressed about this issue? I mean, Serge, your abuse happened 6 weeks ago. Everything I went through as a child is still being done to other kids as we speak. 6 weeks ago, the environment where all of us as children that have come up to speak on YouTube was being proliferated in a hotel back in the day, decades ago, where guess what? There's no progress. Guess what? We're implementing policies out of 1965 because the convicted felon said that would be a great idea. Well, you guessed it, inside of a Scientology hotel. That's where in the hell is still all being done. As of 6 weeks ago, thanks to Sunny Jensen, everyone can see what Scientology parents are really pitching.
While they're young. But as they get older, it will be normal for them to have responsibilities. This isn't going to be something you have to introduce to them because this is the usual.
And yet again, exhibit 1/1,000,000th of Scientology mothers trying to pitch themselves as, oh yeah, let's really talk about, what is you calling, real mom, hashtag family talk, hashtag unbreakable family, hashtag parenting tips. Meanwhile, she's making herself an infantile woman that relies on her daddy figure, L. Ron Hubbard, to tell her how to wipe her literal you-know-what. And she expects her children to carry the weight of her infantilism. Self-made infantile are the Scientology parents. They turn themselves into pathetic, infantile subordinates of unhinged wannabe lieutenant commanders of whatever in the hell Debbie Cook was purporting she was a lieutenant commander of. I wouldn't know. I only know her as the child trafficker that she was and is. Unindicted. Sweetheart deal by all of America that has allowed that woman to cash checks and sit there on the sidelines as she cut deals with women exactly like this, who you will learn send her children to the Sea Org, who you will learn her American children were disappeared out of America, God knows why. It's weird AF. I mean, it's not unheard of. Every once in a while, they would just send an American child to another continent because they really needed his help there. But sometimes they didn't want them in America. So who knows what type of that equation her children fall into. Who knows? But the problem is alive and well. For those who are wondering if this is over, for those who are wondering if, there's nothing to be pressed about, for those of you who are wondering how pathetic and non-existent the Scientology parents are in this conversation, as if whatever it is that they went through decades ago is still not happening, there's your answer. There is your literal answer right here. The problem is alive and well. These monsters continue to proliferate.
Now, what happens if they tell you, hey, mom, this isn't fair because my friend blah, blah, blah doesn't have to do any jobs whatsoever? Well, I'll tell you what I said. Well, that's your friend blah, blah, blah's family. And that's not how we do things here. Trust me, it's going to be way more fair because you're going to be doing so much more. You're going to be so much more able.
And let's again read between the lines. A lot of us went to our parents. I remember specifically with me, seeing other parents operate in ways that weren't weird. Seeing other families behaving normal. And going to our parents and saying, well, my WOG friends, and this is the pitch that the Scientology parents give. This is why they are all a version of the same copycat. That's why they all make the same dumb mistakes. That's why they all collectively carry out the same level of abominations without a shred of awareness, apparently. Self-awareness is not something that these parents can be found with. because all they're doing is blabbing the agenda of the convicted felon that they are literally worshiping, following every advice from the 1960s to the letter, because that really still applies today in the year 2024.
So much more capable than your friend. Not that we're competing, but the thing is that the more skills you have as you grow up, the more privileges you get.
Yes, you guys. Scientology parents claimed, oh, we're really going to gamify this. Oh, you really want this? Well, you have to do that. Oh, you have to get your exchange in. Oh, you can't just be freeloading out of this family. What are you doing to contribute? What are you doing for this? What are you doing for that? And just like that, again, the Scientology parents parentifying their children. The parents you have to become their parent, because they're that infantile, because they're that deluded, as if they're taking literal crack from L. Ron Hubbard, to become so dissociated with reality that they blab and blab and blab all these things that have nothing to do with sanity. And yet they pitch everything as the most sane thing that anyone ever heard. How insane can you possibly be if you're running around like this woman without a shred of self-awareness on what in the hell she's pitching, as she's trying to come up with this cookie granola image of really, oh, I'm really, really measured. But you have to read between the lines, and you really have to understand what she's dog whistling to the Scientology parents, how that's going to get implemented to the Scientology parents that are in her social media account, hearing yet again, how should I put more responsibility on my own child?
That's what I used with my kids. More skills, more privileges. You want an extended bedtime? Great. What are you going to put in that's going to help the family so that you can get that privilege?
In what world is a child wanting to change his bedtime have anything to do with family contributions? Can anyone explain that? Can anyone have an honest, intellectual answer for that stupidity coming out of this woman's mouth? And if you don't, then really put yourself in the shoes of a Scientology child that has this woman to deal with. That's what we're sounding the alarm, because children have no way of understanding what in the hell women like this, a so-called top educator, she was running a Scientology school. Gee, I wonder how much mandated reporting she was doing. Were children being sent to Mace Kingsley after getting essayed? Or were there just, not mandating reporting that? And it's why the hell is Sonny Jensen, the head of a Scientology school, now really coming here to tell parents how to be and what they really should be doing and how to raise their kids? This is who these people are looking up to. These are the type of pitches they're putting together on social media.
Put it together. Skills, responsibilities equal more privileges.
Yeah. Skills, responsibilities equals more privileges. If you go on course, oh my God, you have no idea the level of brownie points children were given to incentivize them giving on course. Oh, you became a class 4 auditor? Oh, we're going to take you out for, a really shopping experience to the mall to buy yourself a t-shirt because, you really have shown how incredible progress you've made at 12 years old, because that's really what you need to be doing. This is why we are sounding the alarm on this disgusting systemic abuse of minors. Yet again, we have to highlight this point for the people in the very literal back that don't know what in the hell is going on. This is what Scientology parents sound like, act like, and pitch. As of 6 weeks ago, this is what a Scientology mom is still saying. Because yes, for anyone that thinks that people evolve when they become ensnared in this hotel culture, they don't evolve. They all just become copycat versions of each other. So let that sink in, and then really think about what in the hell are kids up against when this is the type of women that are running around the hotel telling other mothers how to be. To literally pitch, let's put more and burden more kids, underage kids, with responsibilities. And remember, this is what she's putting out to the public. What happens behind closed doors is extreme. How extreme these women are, because they get off on being extreme, because they get off on being high standards. That's what they call it in the hotel. Oh, you're such a high standards person because you really want to apply L. Hubbard and you really want to do everything L. Hubbard said. They're grading themselves with standards. So the more extreme she is, the more the other Scientology moms go goo goo gaga. Oh my God, look, she really knows how to get the ethics in of the children. Look how she yells at them. Look how she screams at them. Look how much ethics presence she has. They call it, when you as a child are petrified of these disgusting, abusive, degenerate adults, they say, oh, don't I have a lot of ethics presence? Don't I make you terrorized when I come around? Because you know I can scream, because you know I can turn violent in a second, because you know I can just be acting unhinged. A la Jenny the Vogt, a la Debbie Cook, a la Sue Gentry, a la Angie Blankenship, a la Jana Fair. They could have just all have been out of their mind, crazy ass women, yelling, screaming, being in their feelings, pretending that they're so important that they're really going to save our world, as they are terrorizing kids to impose so-called ethics presence. That's the environment that the Scientology mothers, as this cookie granola woman that you saw here with her little, oh yeah, I'm just a cookie granola mom. Don't think I'm doing really horrific things to my kids behind the scenes. Don't think that for a minute. Well, now you saw it pitched out of her literal mouth. And let's really start getting into the nitty gritty so they can start getting called out and they can start getting a shred of self-awareness to themselves. The sooner you realize that you're involved in criminal racketeering, conspiracy, Scientology parents, the sooner you can stop being a part of that. The sooner you can go get a criminal attorney to help you figure out why in the hell you child trafficked your child. The sooner you could go to those hotels and, you know, raise some red flags that need to be raised. Start racing them and start getting the kids out of these hotels and start telling the Scientology parents that no, you don't get to dump your adult responsibilities on children because they are not adults. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.